Oshkosh Today, your connection to events and organizations in the Oshkosh area.
Oshkosh Today is all about supporting and promoting our local events, organizations, and nonprofits, and we have so much to talk about on this episode. Slow Roll Oshkosh gets our community out on their bikes to explore our city, make new friends, and get some exercise. The Oshkosh Saturday Farmers Market is underway, and it's a great way to enjoy local produce, arts, music, and more. The Oshkosh Senior Center Golden Tones Choir has a few summer concerts coming up that you will not want to miss. We met up with one of our Friends of OCM Student Athlete of the Year scholarship recipients, Trevor Schulte at Oshkosh North. Then we visited Valley Christian School to chat with our other Student Athlete of the Year scholarship recipient, Mariah Nelson. We'll wrap up the episode with a segment of Focus on Health with our friends at Aurora Medical Center.
Oshkosh Today. Oshkosh Today is supported in part by the Friends of OCM and Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on Oshkosh Today, your source for all of the wonderful local events and organizations right here in our city of Oshkosh. I'm your host, Emily Springstrow, and we have a wonderful show lined up for today. We're going to go ahead and dive into the first segment here. So I'd like to introduce Ben Rennert from Winnebago Bicycle, and he is here to tell us all about something called Slow Roll Oshkosh. So Ben, welcome, and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about Slow Roll. It's the second year. Last year was the first annual, thing that you guys had done. So tell us, for those of us who are not familiar, what is Slow Roll?
Yeah, Slow Roll is just an event that we kind of started up last year, of course, and it's a very slow-paced ride. We average 5 to 7 miles an hour. It's a 4 to 5 mile bike ride, and we do that every third Tuesday of each month, May through October. So kind of find the warmer months and months with a little more daylight, and get out for a very easy pace and very social ride.
Wonderful. And so it's kind of open to all skill levels. It's a nice, easy, it lives up to its name, Slow Roll, nice, easy pace. What are some of the routes that you do? Are they all different? Are you going to different places? What's the whole goal of it?
Well, now in our second year, we're starting to have a little bit of overlap with where we're actually going, but our routes, like I said, are about 4 to 5 miles long, and we're trying to find points of interest and kind of fun starting points. So typically we start at a restaurant or a place where people can kind of gather and mingle around for the hour beforehand, and then hang out afterwards as well. And the route itself just takes us from that start and stop point, and will take us through some parks that are in the area, or some historic areas of Oshkosh, which we do have a lot of. So there's a lot of really great places to find in Oshkosh, and we're hoping that Slow Roll will take a lot of people to those places on bikes.
For sure.
Yeah.
So where did the idea come from to have an event like this every month during the summer?
Well, it really the idea came from Slow Roll Detroit. They really kind of had the idea, the start of it, and a small group of us here in Oshkosh got together and thought, oh, hey, let's do it here. Chris Larson kind of spearheaded the idea, and myself and a few others are on the board that we have, and we do the marketing and plan the routes, and it kind of it's pretty easy going now. It kind of works for itself, and we just come up with the routes and find a new spot to start each month.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see. We've had a lot of people in on the show about the Oshkosh biking community.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of people are starting to catch on that Oshkosh is a really great community for bicycles. And, there's a lot of great trails. There's a lot of, easy places for people to go. They don't need to be afraid to ride their bikes here in Oshkosh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the beauty of the Slow Roll is it's showing more people that, we have bike lanes, and people that are in vehicles are very mindful cyclists out on the road as well. And we're continuing to get more places to ride to and places and infrastructure to ride on. And yeah, Oshkosh is definitely turning into a cycling friendly town. And
For sure.
I'm happy the slow roll can really be maybe even a big part of that.
Definitely. Now, I know you kind of talked a little bit about why it's important. You know, it's a great thing to get out and get social, start to meet new people, part of the biking community. It's great exercise, of course, and it's a good chance to get to know the city. Not only the restaurants and things that you're stopping and starting at, but it's also kind of nice to get a little bit of history as you're going through.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's been great. You know, even myself, you know, I've been riding around town on my bike a lot, and I'm still finding some new roads that our routes are taking us on. So it's, you see new things or things you go by a lot, and being the slow roll, it's at such a comfortable pace, you really get a lot of time to look around and kind of soak it all in.
That's so true. When you're going at a slower pace than, speeding through with your car, you really start to notice some of the details and some of the really cool things about Oshkosh that might be overlooked on a daily basis, your daily commute or different trips that you take throughout town.
Definitely.
So, where can we find when the rides are? Do you have the set dates already? Can you tell us that?
Yeah.
Or is there a schedule
well, it's May through October, and then it's the third Tuesday of each month. Okay. The rides leave at 6:30 at night, and typically people start to gather at the set stop point around 5:30 at night. We'll hang out until when the ride's done. Take off from there. Hang out at the spot until they close if you'd wish. For more information, we do have a Facebook page, Slow Roll Oshkosh. You can search for that, and then also slowrolloshkosh.bike is the website, and you can find some more information there as well. Or definitely just let me know. I'm happy to help out too.
So as far as routes go, you don't yet necessarily plan the route, months ahead of time. So kind of just keep an eye on the website and the Facebook page.
So I'm the guy responsible for the routes. So I usually do them anywhere from 3 weeks to a week and a half before the event, and we'll get those posted up pretty soon after that. And it's try to keep things interesting and keep them fresh. So we'll stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah.
Each month's always a fun new little adventure.
Definitely. Yeah. And it's also kind of an opportunity for those people that are just getting into biking, people that haven't done it for years and years and are wanting to get back into it. It's a good opportunity to meet with other people that have an interest and a knowledge about bikes too. If you have questions about, the technicalities or the things going on within the bike, as well as even, some bike safety.
Oh, for sure.
How to ride.
I guess for the ride, all levels are welcome. It's a slow pace ride, so we make sure everyone stays together and has fun. I'm out there. I pull my 2-year-old daughter in her little trailer. Aww. And so kids are welcome. Any skill level. Bring your bike down. Helmets are definitely recommended. And then later in the year, we get closer to October, you'll want to bring some lights as well. When we leave at 6:30 still, we leave when it's dark out, and we get back and it's a little more dark. So lights are definitely recommended, and you should have them at that time of the season.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, great. That covers all my questions. If you want to maybe just recap for us once more where we can find more information about Slow Roll Oshkosh.
Yeah, slowrolloshkosh.bike is our website, and then check us on Facebook as well. We keep that, I'd say, a little more up to date than even the website. Just a nice, easy platform to reach out to people on. Otherwise, our next one is coming up next Tuesday already, and we'll be leaving from Pete's Garage on Oregon Street.
Excellent. Well, definitely stay tuned. Take a look at the Facebook page for sure. And best of luck on all of your bike rides this summer, Ben.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks
Hope
for
to see you
coming
there.
in. Yes, for sure.
All right.
Coming up next, we're going to be talking all things Oshkosh Farmers Market. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Wow, does that smell good? Burger, fries. Is that a milkshake? Why aren't you eating?
I'm driving.
Hi, driving. I'm the distractor. If you're not gonna eat it, I'm gonna.
What? No. No.
Here you go. See what you made me do? You did it to yourself, pal. Gotta run.
Focus on driving, not the distractor.
Needs ketchup.
When it comes to snacks, small changes can add up to big wins. Do you normally snack on this? Make a switch. Do this one time and save over 200 milligrams of sodium. Do this 3 times a week for a year and save over 30,000 milligrams. Or is this more like your snack of choice? Why not try this? Do this one time and save 15 grams of saturated fat. Do this once a week for a year and save 780 grams. Small changes can really add up. Share your wins using hashtag #MyPlateMyWins.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we are joined by our friend Carlene Leatherman from the Oshkosh Farmers Market, and she's going to tell us all about this Saturday Farmers Market here in Oshkosh. So, Carlene, welcome. Thanks for joining us, as always.
Thank you.
Yes,
good to be here again.
It's great to have you. We waited a couple markets to have you on this year, so we can kind of hear how it's going so far and get a little bit more information. So, we're about 2 markets in.
Right.
How's it been going?
Rain the first week, wind the second week, so.
And the turnout's been decent still.
The turnout has been great. I think there could have been a tornado and people would have come out. They're just really itching to get out.
Definitely. So first, tell us where's the summer market located?
400 and 500 blocks of North Main Street, 100 block of Church Ave.
Okay. When does it start? How long does it last?
So we start, it's always the first Saturday in June to the last Saturday in October. So like you said, we have 2 weeks in. This is our 3rd week and looking for some hopefully better weather.
Definitely. Well, we will for sure the weather will start to cooperate, I'm sure. What's the timeline of the day? When can we come out and how long does the market go for that day?
Market officially opens 8 a.m. and closes at 12:30. We have the 7:30 people that show up too, but they just have to be cautious of the traffic as the vendors are setting up.
Sure. Okay. I always have to ask you, any popular items at the market? I know there's always one thing that people love, but any other things that are kind of popping up?
Well, the popular thing is the egg rolls.
Yes.
Egg rolls, we have 5 egg roll vendors. There's lines all day long. We have 2 Mexican vendors, lines all day long. This year we have a gal that's making jambalaya. We have a gourmet popsicle vendor, a couple of barbecue vendors, and of course always the fresh produce and flowers.
For sure. So make sure you come hungry. That's a given. You can
Yes.
definitely get lunch or an early lunch, brunch, or something like that. An egg roll is good for any meal of the day. And I'm interested in the popsicle. That's new.
Yeah, that is new. It's a new venture from a fellow in Appleton. It's called Fox Pop. And if you Google on that, it's not your cherry, grape, orange. It's quite some elaborate flavors.
Gosh, perfect for the hot days too.
Yes.
Definitely. Let's see, we heard some of the new things this year that we can look forward to. Of course, produce is always a great thing at the market. You also have different artists and craft items and, some other things that might not be the produce. Tell us about some of those.
Right, we have several craft vendors. We have soaps and, we have cheese, meat, lots of meat vendors also, bison, chicken, pork, craft, like I said, craft vendors, all different kinds, who knows. We have music every week, so, and they're not your little, 2-man band type of thing. So we have, like Tin Sandwich opened our market up this week. We're looking for Shady Grove and just some really good
names.
music.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a really, you got to get downtown and enjoy the downtown. That's what it's all about. And the market is a great way to do that. Get some great local entertainment, some great local produce, crafts, anything. They've got it. They've really got it all there.
We really do. And the Main Street merchants are really reaping the benefits. All of them are reporting, really good customer walkthrough and even coming back during the week when somebody didn't have a chance to stop in during the market, they'll go back during the week.
Very good. So I always have to ask, for those of us who are not in a walkable distance to the farmers market, where can people park if they're coming from farther off?
Well, there's parking really all over. If you picture Main Street, then you picture the buildings next to it. Behind all of those buildings are 2 large parking lots. There's also some street parking. Just be cautious of the handicap parking,
Yes.
permit parking, or resident parking.
Wonderful. And really, like you said, anywhere you park, it's really not too far to walk. I mean, there's surrounding the whole market, there's always places to find.
There is.
So something I always have to stress here in our interview is volunteers. You can always use volunteers. What kind of things can people do for the farmers market to help out?
Well, I know a lot of people don't want to be up at 5 o'clock on a Saturday morning like we are, but during the market we have people that walk the market that will answer questions, kind of shoo dogs off the market, because contrary to popular belief, dogs are not allowed at the market because of the health department regulations. It's not a market regulation, it's the health department. And then at the end, when we tear down, we do have some trash to get rid of, tents to take down, and basically reload all of our stuff and take it back to our storage.
So basically any help you can get, please get involved and
Yes.
help out with the farmers market. If you're interested, if people want to volunteer, get involved, how can they do that, Carlene?
You can go to our website, www.osfmi.com. There's a page on there for volunteers, and our phone number and email is on there also. Contact directly.
Excellent. So lots of places to get information from. You're always updating the Facebook page, kind of giving us a little teaser
Yes.
of what's to come for the next week and things like that.
Yep.
So I guess once more, if you just want to kind of recap the times of the farmers market, where it's located.
8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Saturdays, June 3rd through October 28th, 400 and 500 blocks of North Main Street, 100 block of Church Ave.
Wonderful. Well, Carlene, thank you so much for coming into the studio today to tell us all about it. I cannot wait to finally get out to the farmers market, and we're going to get better weather, I promise.
Good deal.
So thanks, Carlene.
Thank you.
After the break, we take a little field trip out to the Oshkosh Senior Center and learn a little bit more about the Golden Tones Choir. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Hi, remember me? I'm one of more than 3 million disabled veterans living in the United States. My brothers and sisters gladly gave our all for our country, but we need help to get our lives back to normal again. That's why we depend on the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans, to fight for benefits and rights that we earned. Don't forget America's disabled veterans, and remember the DAV.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. We've taken a little field trip out to the Oshkosh Senior Center, and we are here to talk about an upcoming Golden Tones choir concert that will be taking place in the near future this summer. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest today, Paula Steinert. Thank you, Paula, so much for having us out to the Senior Center today.
Thank you for coming out here.
Definitely, yeah. So we're excited to learn a little bit more about the Golden Tones. Now, maybe before we get into the concert and dates and things like that, you could tell us a little bit of background about the group. So who are the Golden Tones and what do they do?
The Golden Tones is a 4-part chorus of sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses. And we have about 38 members currently. We do have a wide variety of music, choral music, patriotic, holiday, standards, Broadway, all kinds of things like that. And we perform at assisted living facilities, nursing homes, and a lot of community events, including one that's coming up in July.
Definitely. So how many people are on the Golden Tones, you said?
Right now there's about 38.
So it's a pretty decent sized
It
group.
is, it is.
Yes, a wide variety of people. Who makes up the group? You know, What kind of people are a part of Golden Tones?
Oh my goodness, we have age-wise anyone 50 and older.
Okay.
And our youngest is in her 50s, and our oldest just turned 100 yesterday.
So exciting.
So you're never too old to sing. Some of them have backgrounds with other choirs. Some can read music, some can't. For some, this is the first choir they've ever been in. So it really runs the gamut.
Definitely, all skill levels,
All skill levels,
stages of life.
yes.
Wonderful. So we do have some concerts coming up for the Golden Tones, which is what we're here to talk about today. When is the first performance that we can mark our calendars for?
Well, we have a special event that we're really excited about on Sunday, July 9th at 1:30. We are opening for the Kids from Wisconsin concert.
Okay.
Their concert is at 3 o'clock at the Leach Amphitheater, and we are their opening act starting at 1:30.
Very exciting.
We are
so
excited.
Have you performed at the Leach before? Is this
We
the
have
first
not.
time?
We
Okay.
have not.
So very exciting to be able to perform at this venue, which is
It is.
just Oshkosh, token place to go.
Exactly.
So we're very excited about that outdoor concert.
Outdoor, so we're hoping for better weather than the rain we're having today.
Definitely. We'll keep our fingers crossed for
exactly,
that, for sure.
exactly.
Is there any cost associated with coming to one of these concerts?
No, the concert on the 9th is free. It's for all ages. It's a very family-friendly event. And then because of our commitment with this concert with the Kids from Wisconsin, we had to actually push our big summer concert back a week. So that concert will be held on Sunday, July 16th.
Okay. And where will that one be?
That one will be at the Senior Center North Building,
Wonderful.
and doors will open at 1:30, and that concert is at 2. And it is also free, although we do strongly encourage donations. That helps the choir run, and that helps the Senior Center run. So.
Exactly. So a busy couple of weeks there.
It is.
For concerts for the Golden Tones.
It is.
Now, you said you welcome donations, of course. It's a great opportunity to come out and get some great entertainment. A lot of really good talent on the Golden Tones.
It is. And we have on July 16th, we have a couple special guests. Marshall Potter is our accompanist again. And he's well known in the community with community band and several other things. And Oshkosh native Sean Lynch, who is an operatic baritone, is going to be joining us for some duets and solos, so we're excited about that too.
Very cool. Any preview of some of the songs or material that you can give us? A little hint or a teaser?
Well, I can tell you the concert on the 16th is called Stars and Stripes Stage and Song. So there's going to be a Broadway segment actually dedicated to, in memory of one of our basses, Alan Johnson, that we just lost in March. And then we have a patriotic segment, so any veterans or current servicemen and women out there are encouraged to attend, and it's really for all ages. And the program on the 9th is going to be different. We might have a couple things that are the same, but it's not the same program.
Very cool. So a few little surprises thrown
Yes,
in here and
yes.
there, which is great. Which, you got to remind, if you've been to a Golden Tones concert, come again. You never know what you're going to get. There's
Exactly.
always new material and new songs. Very cool. And like you said, open to all ages. A lot of times people hear the Oshkosh Senior Center and they think that some of these events are only open to seniors. No, this is a completely family-friendly event.
Exactly.
All ages are welcome.
And sometimes people forget that as you age, you can still do things like sing and make music. So
Definitely.
please come out and
And do
support
a
the center
wonderful-
and support the Golden Tones.
Yes, they do a wonderful job. And speaking of the Golden Tones, and everyone being welcome to be a part of it, are there any openings on the Golden Tones right now if someone might be interested in that?
Always, always. We welcome any voice parts at this time, but we are definitely in need right now of men to join our bass section. We've taken a hit in losing some bass members over the last couple of years, so if you're a bass, consider joining us, and any other voice part is always welcome.
Then there's no qualifications necessary. It's all skill levels are welcome.
Correct. I work with, if you think it's something that might be too difficult, don't let that scare you away.
Definitely. And how often do you practice? What's the time commitment?
The volunteer spirit with this group is amazing. We sing from September through December and January through July, and we have concerts all of those months except August. We take off the whole month, and then we have a couple months that are preparatory months. So they're singing a good portion of the year.
Yes.
And the rehearsals are Mondays here at the South Building, the center, from 1:30 till 3.
Wonderful. So it's a little commitment, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a
It
great
is.
opportunity
It
to
is.
get out and meet some new people and stay active and just do what you love, which is singing and being a part of the choir.
We've
right?
even had some people that got married
Oh my
after joining the chorus.
How cool
together.
is that?
So yes.
Oh, we're gonna have them on another episode of
Exactly,
Oshkosh Today
exactly.
for sure. So where can we find more information if we're interested in, either joining the choir or just learning more about them? Where can we go?
You can either contact Jane Wells here at the center or contact me.
Okay, and phone numbers are all available right here at the center.
Correct.
Senior Center has a web page on the city website as well.
And a
so
Facebook page too.
Definitely. Well, wonderful. Once more, if you want to just recap again for us the date and time locations of those couple of concerts.
We will be opening for the kids from Wisconsin on Sunday, July 9th. Our part of the concert starts at 1:30, and then the kids come on at 3. And then Sunday, July 16th, doors will open at the Senior Center North Building at 1:30, and our concert begins at 2. And that concert also has refreshments after.
Ooh, wonderful.
So some treats when we're done.
Well, thank you so much, Paula, for
You're
having us out
welcome.
here
Thanks
to
for
the Senior
having me.
Center. I think we're going to have to go and get in on a game of one of these dominoes games.
I think you're right.
They sound like so much fun. So we look forward to the concert, and best of luck in your final practices.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again, Paula. We're going to take a quick break here on Oshkosh Today. We'll be back with more right after this.
Scam artists are pretending to be IRS officials to get your money. They'll call, email, or text you, claiming you owe back taxes or there's a problem with your tax return. They even rig caller ID to make the call look official. They play on your fears. They threaten to take your driver's license or sue, arrest, or deport you. They want you to pay fast. What's the truth? The truth is the IRS's first contact with you will always be a letter in the mail. It's not a phone call, email, or text message. They won't insist that you pay with a prepaid debit card, a wire transfer, or cashier's check. Now you know. Has an IRS imposter contacted you? Report it at ftc.gov/imposters.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. We've taken a little trip out to Valley Christian High School and Middle School, I guess I should say, to visit one of our Friends of OCM Student Athletes of the Year, Mariah Nelson. So Mariah, first of all, thank you for joining us out here today. I know it's finally your summer break, and so we appreciate you giving us some time today.
No problem. Thank you guys for coming out.
Definitely. So for our viewers, the Friends of OCM Student Athlete of the Year Scholarship is a scholarship program where all of the high school students in the Oshkosh area, Valley Christian, Oshkosh North and West, and Lourdes Academy, and everybody applies. We get a lot of great applicants, and we always narrow it down to 6 people. They do an interview, and then we pick our 2 recipients. So Mariah Nelson is one of our well-deserving recipients for the Friends of OCM Student Athlete of the Year. So congratulations again, Mariah, on your scholarship. Now, we like to come out here and learn a little bit more about what your plans are after high school. So before we get into that, maybe for our viewers who didn't get a chance to watch your first interview, tell us a little bit about yourself, what sports you were involved in, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I play volleyball and basketball. I actually did a little bit of cheerleading too my freshman year. Yeah, so I've been playing those for all 4 years.
Wonderful. So you've had a great high school career with your sports and your academics as well. Outstanding student here at Valley Christian. So I guess our next question would be, what are your plans for the summer as you prepare to move on to your next chapter in life?
Yeah, well, I'm planning to get a job to save up for college, and also just staying in the gym and the weight room and working on volleyball for college. So I'm excited, and hopefully get some family time and friend time as well.
Definitely. So you'll be preparing for volleyball in college. Where are you going to be going off to college, Mariah?
I'll be attending the University of Northwestern St. Paul in Minnesota.
So exciting. So have you started doing all your packing and planning and things your
yes,
dorm, things
absolutely.
like that.
I've been talking to my admissions counselor a lot lately.
That's awesome. So preparing for volleyball, you know, what kind of things do you do during the summer to get ready for your upcoming season?
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to be trying to minor in coaching. So I've been doing some coaching for leagues in the area, and also just staying in the weight room and stay playing volleyball and watching and just keep learning as much as I can.
Definitely. Any specific things that you're excited about you know, leaving home and going out and starting life up in Minnesota?
Yeah, well, I love the city, so I'm excited to be like right in the heart of it. There's so much stuff to do. My sister also lives there, so I'm excited to be by family as well and just be with some friends. So.
Wonderful. And, you know, it's a big step moving from your home to a whole new city and everything. So anything that you're going to, you know, maybe miss about the Fox Valley and Oshkosh area?
Yeah, well, all of my family lives near here except my sister who's in Minnesota. So it's going to be different not having them all around me, and also my friends and things like that. So it's kind of just leaving like the atmosphere of having, you know, like your support group. So that's going to be difficult, but
Definitely.
I'm excited still.
Oh, anything that you can say about Valley Christian and being a student here and just what that experience was like?
Yeah, absolutely. Valley, it's tough kind of because like I said before, we are like one of the smaller schools in the Fox Valley, so we kind of get missed sometimes. But I've got a great education here, and I've been involved in a lot of things, and that definitely wouldn't have been able to happen at the bigger schools. So they give you a lot of opportunities to grow as a leader and things like that. And obviously, I've got to play all 4 years of volleyball here too. So yeah, I love Valley.
It's wonderful. You get a lot of great opportunities, especially in, you know, a lot of people think that a smaller school might not be as good, but you get a lot more opportunities, a lot more attention, one-on-one time with your teachers and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you invest yourself, they'll invest in you. So it's great.
Definitely. Any words of advice that you've heard from your coaches or parents or anything that you're going to try and keep in mind as you move on to college here?
Yeah, definitely just to be myself, keep my faith, and just keep going strong. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, Mariah, thank you so much for having us out here today. Best of luck to you. We cannot wait to follow up with you in a semester or a year's time and see how everything is going. We're so proud of you, and congratulations again on being one of our Student Athletes of the Year.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to take a quick little break and head right over to Oshkosh North and talk with our other Student Athlete of the Year, Trevor Schulte. So we are here at Oshkosh North High School right here in Oshkosh, and I am with our other Student Athlete of the Year scholarship recipient, Trevor Schulte, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some of your summer plans and college plans. So Trevor, thanks for meeting us out here on this gorgeous day.
Oh yeah. So for me, I'm headed off to UW-Platteville in the fall. I'll be studying environmental engineering, so that's exciting. But before I go there this summer, I'll be working with the rec department, so I'll be working with some kids in the morning and then a little bit into the afternoon. So that's exciting. I get to work with kids all day, and I like kids, so that'll be fun.
Get outside a little bit.
Yeah, so we're outside I'm outside about from 8 to 3, so gotta keep the sunscreen on, but it'll be fun. And then otherwise just spending time with family and friends before we go off to college. So
yes, that's the most important part before going to school. Make sure you spend time with all your family, friends. I know you've got a graduation party coming up too pretty soon. So are you going to continue with sports at all in college, or maybe
just recreationally? I decided to focus on schooling, which is why I'm there. So
your major definitely needs some time
work,
and commitment.
So I think it's good to end my high school career at Oshkosh North with all my friends. So
definitely.
That's where I'm going to leave it.
Sure. Any fun plans, you know, vacations, concerts, things like that for the summer that you're going to try and take advantage of? Getting out to Waterfest maybe?
Yeah, we're going camping, and then also just like a vacation with the family to Washington. So that's going to be really exciting because I wanted to go out there for a little while. So
very cool.
Yeah, that's the big highlight of the summer. But
well, good. You'll get all the fun in, and then it's time to get to work once you get off to college. Yeah. Any words of advice or anything that you've heard from your coaches or parents or anyone that you're going to try and keep in mind as you move on to this big chapter of your life here?
I suppose it would just be always keep doing what I'm doing and putting others first and making sure I know what my plans are and going to get those goals. So have a plan and go execute.
Yeah, and I have to ask you how your experience at Oshkosh North was. It's a great school here in our city. Anything that you can tell maybe incoming freshmen that you particularly really liked about coming to school here?
All right. Well, I suppose I am now a proud alumni, but just get involved. Some of my best memories are sports activities, like for soccer, for Key Club, for Rotary. Some of those things were just, that's what I remember about high school, and just the way to meet more people. So if you're nervous, just find somewhere to get involved in. There's always nice people around. So.
Oh, totally. Do as much as you can, meet as many people as you can.
Yes.
The 4 years goes fast.
It certainly does. I don't even remember it.
Wonderful. Well, Trevor, I guess you're going off to Platteville. You were telling me before we started taping, your little sister, she's in the 5th or 6th grade. She wants you to come home every weekend.
Yeah.
You think that'll happen?
I don't think it'll happen, but I will visit home every once in a while just to see the family and the friends. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Trevor, thanks again for having us out here. Congratulations again on being one of our Student Athletes of the Year here in Oshkosh for 2017. And best of luck. We're so excited to follow up with you a year from now and see how your first year went.
Will do. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Trevor. We're going to take another quick break here on Oshkosh Today, and then we'll take a look at Focus on Health when we come back.
Through the years, trends and styles may come and go, but the important things remain the same. Generation after generation, consistently there, creating moments and memories to last a lifetime. Like a true friend, the national parks have always been there for you, and now you can be there for them. Support the National Park Foundation and help protect America's treasured places.
More than 40 years ago, our nation passed laws to protect one of our most precious resources, water, to feed our lakes and streams, rivers flowing through our communities to the sea, to drink, to grow, to live, clean water, ours to protect.
This Focus on Health segment is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Hello and welcome to Focus on Health. I'm Ted Stefaniak. We're outside the Aurora Medical Center in Oshkosh, and we're heading up to the rheumatology department. We're going to be talking about fibromyalgia. It may have been something you've heard of before, but we're going to sit down with nurse practitioner Cindy Molson to find out everything you need to know. Well, thank you for taking some time with us today. I guess we've all heard through television commercials the word fibromyalgia, but exactly what is it?
It's a disease that affects the whole body, and it can be very painful, can have a lot of fatigue, sleep disorders, and you can even have memory problems with it. It affects your whole body with pain.
Mm-hmm. It seems like some of those symptoms a lot of people have just daily.
Yes.
When should a person become concerned that maybe this is something more serious?
Their pain can be exaggerated, so it's not a normal pain. Their pain, just a normal touch for you and I, seems to be feels more like somebody's punching them. So a normal touch is over-exaggerated.
Who gets fibromyalgia?
It can occur in anybody. It's a very genetic disorder, so if somebody in their family has had it, they may be more likely to get it.
Have you been able to pinpoint a cause for fibromyalgia?
Research has shown that it's more of a neurologic disorder. There is no inflammatory disorder, there's no autoimmune disorder. It doesn't affect joints in the sense that there's any physical abnormality with the joints, but people do have joint pain, muscle pain with it, but there is no damage to the joints.
Okay. We talked a little bit already about, I have some pain, but I don't know if it's fibromyalgia. So how do you go about actually determining, is it actually fibromyalgia?
There is no test for fibromyalgia. There's no lab work. There's no x-rays that you can do. So there's criteria set forth by the American College of Rheumatology that helps us diagnose it. If somebody comes in with specific symptoms that are pretty clear-cut, we don't necessarily have to do testing. But there's a lot of people who come in that we could think this might be rheumatoid arthritis, this might be osteoarthritis or hypothyroidism. So we can do tests to rule out those other disorders, but there is no test for fibromyalgia. There are criteria that we set forth, or that is set forth with certain tender points. We also look at the symptoms they have. People will have fatigue, the sleep disorders, the memory problems, headaches are common. We look at all those things, but there is no specific testing for it.
Mm-hmm. Since there's no specific testing, then is there a process of trying to eliminate that it's just normal aches and pains? So what would a normal aches and pains treatment be? Not fibromyalgia, but just the normal aches and pains that if you suspect fibromyalgia.
We would use anti-inflammatories, or some of our rheumatologic issues, we would use short courses of prednisone. None of those would treat, prednisone does not treat fibromyalgia. That could help us rule it out also.
Okay, so if you go through everything, you rule out that it's not just normal aches and pains, it may be fibromyalgia, what then becomes the course of treatment?
There are several medications that we can use. There are things like Cymbalta. There is gabapentin and Lyrica. Other antidepressants can be used, things like Effexor. We use many non-pharmacologic things like acupuncture, massage, numerous things, chiropractic treatments. Many things can be used to treat it. Narcotics are not advised. They can make the pain prolonged and persistent. Exercise is really a good thing for fibromyalgia. Things like yoga, Pilates, swimming, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Some of those drug names, I think some of us have become accustomed to on TV commercials watching any sporting event these days. But I understand there is a treatment here that's relatively newer that you're having some success with?
Yes, it's low-dose naltrexone, and it works. We've been having great success with it. It works on some of the cells, some of the same receptors that the opioids work on, and it works wonderful with our fibro patients. We've been using it for about 2.5 years now, and we've got patients that are back to their normal lives with us and working quite well. We've been prescribing it, and we have to see what dose the patients need, so we have them come back, follow up with me every month till we get them to the right dose. Some of them go back to their normal lives every day, and they're not hurting like they were.
That's great.
Yeah.
And obviously the goal, can this be solved over time? I mean, is this something that will go away over time, or is it something you always will have to deal with?
It's something people always deal with. So, yeah.
It's very difficult. So if a person thinks that they might have fibromyalgia, or they're experiencing some of the things you described, what's the best way to move forward? Is it to check with your primary care provider, or do we need to check in here at the rheumatology department right away?
I think a lot of it depends on their insurance. They can check with their primary care provider, and they can get a referral that way. If they can't seem to get a referral and their insurance doesn't require it, they certainly can come in and see us anyways.
Okay, well, this is all great information. We appreciate you taking some time with us
You're
today.
welcome.
Thanks to Cindy for all that great information. And if you still have some questions, you can always contact your primary care provider or us right here at the rheumatology department at 303-8700. I'm Ted Stefaniak, and we'll see you next time on Focus on Health.
This Focus on Health segment has been brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Holding a phone takes precious attention away from the road. That's why handheld cell phone use is now illegal in Wisconsin work zones, and fines start at $40. Driving deserves your undivided attention. It's about safety for workers and for all motorists. So when you see orange cones, please put down the phone. The Wisconsin DOT urges you to help us achieve 0 deaths on Wisconsin roads.
Oh no, did I miss the exit?
Hey pal, you look a little lost. What? You know your smartphone has GPS, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm driving right now. Let's text your sister to see if she's texting. Okay, look, I'll help. I've got a map. Okay. I am done with this distraction.
Not my hair dryer.
Hey, no! Ah, that's distracting. Okay, Uncle.
Focus on driving, not the distractor.
Find me a new driver.
Get lost.
All right, thanks, Ted. It looks like that's going to do it for this episode of Oshkosh Today. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you tune into Life TV for all of your community programming. You can search for Oshkosh Media on Facebook or YouTube for exciting news and updates, as well as videos of your favorite programs. Follow at City of Oshkosh on Twitter to receive down-to-the-minute updates about what's going on in your city. And you can also listen to Oshkosh Today and other programs on the radio at 101.9 Oshkosh FM, which is also streaming online and on the TuneIn Radio app for mobile devices. For more information about Oshkosh Media, programming schedules, and video on demand, visit our website, oshkoshmedia.org. And of course, if you'd like to be on the show, you can email me at espringstro@ci.oshkosh.wi.us. As always, thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh Today, and we'll see you next time.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.